Hello and welcome, Paula here, and today I am bringing you more Black Desert Online, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the character creation process. Now when you make a character, the first thing you'll do is pick a channel to enter. Now unless this changes when the game's actually launched, it's possible, but as it stands right now your characters are shared across all of the channels for the region you choose, and then you can just switch whatever channel you want to go on. So we're just going to pick channel 2 for now. Now if you happen to delete a character, there'll be a 24-hour cooldown period, or countdown period I should say. As you can see here, I misspelled my name on my character, so he's getting the axe, but unfortunately it's going to take an hour, so 24 hours, so I'm going to wait for that. Now when you create a character, click this button here, and here we go. Now there are more classes to be added to the game, such as Witch, Valkyrie, Ninja, and there's a whole bunch more, but currently they're not in the game. I imagine they'll be there for when the game launches fully, but I honestly do not know. Anyway, I'm actually going to go through the process of creating a character here in the moment, which is probably going to be the warrior, so we're going to go and have a look at the other classes first. So we have the ranger, and when we decide to create a character you'll get these options. Now you can toggle the UI off here if you want. There's a view option here. Basically I think toggle this on for your character's head to follow your mouse cursor if you want to look at her. But anyway, you can pick a constellation. I don't really know what effect this has in game, but it says down here, enjoys art, optimistic, free, wanderer. So yeah, who knows. There is a weather option as well. This allows you to change the background a little bit. Whether or not it's fully working, it just changed the lighting levels slightly, but I don't think it works too well. Anyway, there's also this down here. Now, two things. You can pick, or you can at least preview some of the outfits your character will get in the future. Whereas there's no clothes. Now I'm going to do this on every character so you can see everything that's to be offered. Now I have a feeling some of these, because it's got a little P, maybe from the Pearl store, which is their marketplace, but I'm not sure. But the outfits in this game do look very cool. In fact, I can actually zoom out there. There we go, one more time. Let you see the full outfits. Pause if you want to see it in greater detail. That's actually a pretty cool outfit, I like that. Reminds me of something from The Witcher. So yeah, now you can actually hide the helmet should you want. But we'll close out of that. Now you can customize it, and I'm going to go through the female hair. Well, I'm going to go through the hairstyles and see if they're actually any different depending on the class you pick, or if it's roughly the same. But the hairstyles in this game are quite nice, and again, you can change the colour and pick anything you want, and you can mess with the hair ends if you want to, which is actually kind of cool. And there's like an overall, so basically you've got like the top, middle and bottom, which is hair. Hair is top, hair ends bottom, and basic is middle from what I can tell. So, you have shape as well. Now, I'm not entirely oh Christ, what is this? Okay, that is pretty neat. You can basically pick, you can move your character's hair around if you want. I didn't actually know that option existed. That is cool. So what is this one then? can actually stretch it, you can make it shorter. You can change the length if you want. Give a short hair at the front there. All round. That is actually, you can give it curls, but you can't really see them. You can increase the strength. There we go. I expect to see a lot of these different types of hairstyles, you know, when the game fully releases. But yeah, that is actually pretty cool that you've got this full sort of, you know, option. And these options are available for like every hairstyle you pick. Did that reset it? Yes, it did. Okay. And let me just lock a view in there so she won't move ahead. So yeah, there is a lot of nice choice for hairstyles, and you can go even further and customize them, which is actually pretty nice. And can this actually be adjusted? Oh, I want to see how to adjust this bit. There's got to be a way. Not sure. Maybe some hairstyles don't allow you to, but anyway, let's go back. Now you can go from there and customize the face. There's a few different presets which all look pretty nice, or you can do it yourself. There's the skin types, all sorts of different skin colors here. There is face shape, and wow, look at this, all the different points. Now I believe you can raise the hair on your character if you want to see the full face, but it will just divert it to a different hairstyle that has the hair up so you can see it easily. Now I assume this is just for the purpose of, you know, doing your character, because there is a bald option for the male, so but you don't get to pick that. So I can grab each piece and sort of give it a bit of a pull around. Oh dear. Oh dear. But that's actually pretty cool. I like this in the sense that normally, you know, you get the option you can freely pull around. You never really, you just like, you don't get to see where you're actually doing that. There's never any of these little highlightable bits that actually show you each piece of the face you can pull around, which is quite nice. I do like this option. And the nose a bit of a wiggle. That is weird. Okay, so you can actually mess with the mouth as well. Very white teeth. Can we make a snarl? How do we do that? Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not very good at this. Okay, well there you go. You can actually make some pretty nice looking characters in this game, or some terrifying monsters, but I'm not very good at this, as I said. Anyway, all these different options here, which is cool. And there is makeup options as well. You've got your eye makeup here, different colors. Very subtle, hard to see it. Density, there we go. Raise the density, we can see a bit easier now. Different eyebrows, and again, I'm pretty sure we can change these if we want. Change the density, make them easier to see or harder to see. You can add blush. Again, I don't know if this is anything I'll be messing with in the future, but you know, the options there. And there's lip color. In fact, there's a lot of different choices here. can even add on a heart. Okay, let's have a... There we go. I want to point out it's not my intention to make this thing, but it's just happening, so... So you can change the pupil to whatever you want here. I'm kind of bummed there's no Sharingan from Naruto option. I've seen that in other ones like Blade and Soul, but unfortunately it isn't here. But you can have like a star or like the hazard symbol. And you can do each eye individually as well if you want. So like, I wonder, hang on, let's have a look. Is there a... Let's make it white, make the iris completely white, and the lens, let's make it white. So you could basically make like have a blind eye if you wanted to. And then for the other eye, you know, we can add all sorts here. There we go. Anyway, that's the eye options. We've got eyeliner. I guess you can do this for... Okay. No, sorry, that's your eyelashes. Okay. Okay, I'm getting there. Add all sorts. Bottom lines. Again, not something I'm too fussed with, but... Then we've got tattoos. You can add all sorts to your character. And you can change the colours, but changing the colours is kind of weird. Shame there isn't like a different colour option for each individual piece. But yeah. A lot of different choices here. There you go. So you can actually change the colour of these if you want. There's wrinkles. You can add wrinkles to your brow, wrinkles to your eyes, wrinkles to your frown. But yeah, those options are available. And a standby expression. So this is like always going on in game. So I'd be worried about. That's a nice smile. I like how the angry expression has the eye twitching. That is very cool. There we go. See, and you can change the weight to this if you want as well. So I think that's about everything. We can lower her hair now. There we go. That's about everything for the face. Let's have a look at the body. Okay, and again, with the body, you can change, just drag, pull, resize, nice and easy. You can actually make the arms pretty long by the look of it. Hands big, arms long. As thick or as thin as you want. There's breast size, stomach, butt size, neck size. Yeah, there's a lot of different options here. Okay. And then you've got the option to add muscle, basically the tone, so you can whack all these on if you want. And then there's tattoos, and the tattoos definitely different for male and female. But again, that looks so weird. It's like the tattoos were an afterthought in this game that don't blend in very well. So I haven't really quite understood what's going on with those just yet. And then if you do certain colours, everything just looks blotchy. So you have to go certain things just to make the details stand out. So yeah, I'm a little on edge about the tattoos at the moment. Whether or not I like them. And then you can actually make a pose for your character. I don't know what the point of this is for, if you can use it in game, or if it's just for, you know, modelling your character. But just bend the leg there. There we go. So yeah, you can basically make poses. I don't know why, but you can. Just saying, you can. So there's that. Anyway. And there is a position option here where you can see different positions for your character. I have a feeling these are basically just for character creation. I mean, you can do these actions in game, but I don't think it means your character will be standing like this when you're in game all the time. Plus there's different stuff, different, you know, emotes. Quickly run through all these. And there's actually a lot of them, so let's just skip through, see if there's any good ones. Here's some combat ones, there we go. Basically drawing the bow on this character. I know it's a bit different with the sword and shield for the warrior at least. Okay. So that's the pose system. There you get to set the voice. Currently there's only one option. And you can make it deep. Or you can make it high pitch. So yeah. That is the motions of creating a character, and then you can actually save. You can temp save. Let's try that. Okay, no. So you can basically save the files if you want and load it up later, so you could spend a lot of time in character creation and then just delete the character. But yeah, okay, apologise for this monstrosity, I really do. Let's go back to class selection. I'm going to show you the other outfits you can get. I was going to go through the motions of making a proper warrior for my character, my main character I'm going to play for the beta, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough time in this video because that took a little longer than expected. Anyway, character creation, here we go. Again, I'm just going to go through the actual clothes you can get. So let's zoom out a bit there. Can I toggle the UI now? I won't be able to see. So I'll put the helmet back on, which is basically a collar on her. So that's no clothes. There's this outfit. That's kind of cool on the wrist. A lot of very cool looking outfits available. And again, I think this is from the Pearl store, but I'm not sure. And here's the one that you start off with. Now, let me go back. Take a look at the Berserker. Now I just quickly want to check if he's got different hairstyles. He does. So a couple of them do have different hairstyles. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I don't know why it's clipping like that, like the alpha clip, but yeah, they do have different hairstyles. Some of them do at least. Take a look at the clothes. So nothing on. And you know, the weapons change here. You get to see some of the weapons that he wields. And this dude's pretty big. Some barbarian looking gear. I'll just toggle the helmet back on. Yeah, that looks badass, that does. Good God. Alright, that's the Berserker. Let's take a look at the Tamer. Okay, we got no clothes. And what weapon is she using? I'm not really sure. Don't know if it's like if that's a sheath or pretty well the same outfit all the way, just different colours. That's a nice one. I like that. Okay, well that was the tamer. Let's take a look at Gandalf, aka the wizard. I want to know who they got to make this look like. To make this look like Gandalf. Seriously, that was done on purpose. You know it was. There he is, no clothes, and I apologise for that. Here he is as the Green Wizard. The Pale Blue Wizard. The Brown Wizard. The Blue and White Wizard. The Light Green Wizard. The almost white with slightly light green robes Wizard. Gandalf the Grey, and this fancy smancy outfit here. And I can actually take his helmet off, there you go, but we'll leave it on. And let me go back to the last class I am going to show, which is the warrior. Yeah. Stab. Die. Okay. So the options on this geezer are as follows. Whack the helmet on. So you've got naked. Humble beginnings. Actually looks pretty cool. Basic armor. I like how he sort of retains his first look, but slowly gets more gear as he goes. This is a neat looking outfit. I like the arm stuff. This is actually the Pearl store, but that does look amazing. I could do without the helmet, but like the rest of it looks amazing. Like without the helmet, it's pretty badass. And last but not least, there we go. So yeah, these are the different outfits you can get for the warrior. Now I'm going to go ahead and probably make this guy my main, but since this video is going over, I'm not going to bother showing it because you're not really going to miss much. It's going to look like the other guy I was already playing as, so. But yeah, this was a basic look at the character creation. Whenever they add any more classes to the game, if I've still got access to the game at that point, I will showcase them. Make sure you stick around on my YouTube channel. I'm going to take another look at the different features that are in this game and hopefully bring you some more gameplay. If there's anything you would like to see in particular, please let me know. Leave it as a comment in the description, or leave it as a comment for this video. And if you want to discuss this game with other people, hop on our Discord server. The link will be in the description of this video. Anyway, thank you for watching. Until next time.